So did you get letters from him? Did Mama get letters from Clifford?
Yes, she got a letter about every week from him.
Mm-hmm. Was now Jen was on the farm,
Yeah.
and then Isabel was, I guess, working in Indianapolis already.
Yes, she was.
And what about Vera?
Both of them were in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Working there.
So then you went on. You graduated from Beaver Dam.
All right, Beaver Dam. I was valedictorian.
Mm-hmm.
My small class of 15 people.
And you graduated kind of early, didn't you?
The regular time it was May.
But I mean, you were like, were you 17?
You know, I was only 16 at the time.
16 when you graduated.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would have been 17 the next month.
I see.
Yeah.
So then you went on to, from there to where?
To Western Kentucky State Teachers College in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
And I was going to study engineering there. I thought I wanted to be a civil engineer. And so I was there for a year plus a summer term. And then when I saw that I was going to be drafted in, I volunteered to go ahead and go a month earlier than I would have had to have gone.
How did you know in those days that you were going to be drafted?
Well, they notified you from the board, selective service, they call it.
Mm-hmm. So you'd get a telegram saying that you're up soon?
Probably just a letter.
Mm-hmm. So where'd you go to volunteer?
I went to Louisville, Kentucky for what they call the reception center, and then from there went to Camp Atterbury, Indiana, and then went to the big thing was the basic training, Camp Walter, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
for infantry training. It was supposed to be 17 weeks, but because of the Battle of the Bulge and the needing troops, they cut it down to 15. So I only got 15 weeks of basic training. And
How did you did they transport you on buses?
yes, yeah. Well, we actually went by train from Indiana to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Trains.
Were you excited or?
Well, I'd say it's just my time to go, so I didn't volunteer for anything more than just going a month earlier.
What was Mama's reaction?
She was worried about it. She said she already had one son in the European theater, and she was sorry that I was going to be going to the Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
But
Did you make any friends in that through basic training and whatnot?
yes, there was one fellow from Ohio County that came. His name was G.W. Hines, and we rode the same troop train up to Louisville and the same basic training. And he was my friend all through the year, 2 years in the Army. And then later on, when I became a preacher, he was invited to the services, and he became a believer in one of my revivals. So we continued to keep in touch for a long time. He died of a heart condition, probably when he was only about 50.
Uh-huh.
He was a heavy smoker, and he had one attack, and they said, "You have to quit." And he said he gave it up for about a week, and he had to go back to it. He was so hooked on it.
Mm-hmm.
I made a good friend there, and another good friend, Burdette Harmon. He was a senior at Western Kentucky State when I was a freshman. So we were good friends. We were just casual friends at Western. We became good friends, and each one of us became a squad leader.
So was he enlisted about the same time?
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
He had just married in May and was drafted in September.
So how did you keep up with these guys? I mean, Burdette Harmon wasn't in your same group, was he?
Yes, he was in. Answering my serial number was 35818134, and his was 35. It one number different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we were put together because of our serial numbers.
Uh-huh. So I guess that made it a lot easier.
Right. To have a man who'd been married for a month even, he was, and of course, older than I was.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a very, very good thing to have a friend like that. So,
Well, you would have been one of the youngest out there, huh?
right. I was 18 in June, drafted in September. And so it happened that went through the basic training and so forth, and to Hawaii for a month, to Saipan for about 3 weeks, and then finally to Okinawa. The Okinawa battle took place beginning April the 1st of 1945, and it went on until June of next year. Congress passed a law that no 18-year-old could be sent into combat, but I was already overseas. They didn't make it retroactive, so I celebrated my 19th birthday in the week that the armistice was signed.
Huh. When you were in basic training, what were those days like? Did you enjoy them, or was it rough? Or
It was pretty tough. We had Camp Walters had probably about 25,000 people there. Part of them were taking heavy weapons training, which means heavy mortars and heavy machine guns, 81 millimeter cannons, mortars,
mm-hmm.
and they also had the 45 millimeter machine guns. And I was assigned to a mortar squad. So
Okay.
all the way through the war, I was in the mortar squad.
And then so they tell me about basic training though. Was the food terrible, or like you hear about, was it rough?
Food was good. We had good rations.
How was the pay?
The pay was supposed to be $50 a month, and I asked to have $22 a month taken out for my parents. I wanted to give them a loan support while I was in the service.
Mm-hmm.
And so it happened they took out 2 of those $22 for 2 months, and I got $10 paid the first time and $5 the next time.
Oh no.
What happened is they had to take out more of it. So it ended up in a month, a regular month, it'd be $22 for my parents, the $750 for a war bond, and $350 for insurance. And so I ended up in a full month. I have about $12 pay.
What'd you spend it on?
Probably mostly on stamps writing home to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you always wrote a lot of letters. Is that when you started writing as much as you did?
Right. It was I guess I had one girlfriend that I wrote about every week in those days. So
Huh.
Joy Lee Cassidy. And
Have I heard about this before?
I don't know whether you ever done it, but she was from Canton, Ohio, but she came down every summer to stay with her folks in Beaver Dam.
Uh-huh.
And so that's where we met.
Uh-huh. So, so you were trained with the mortar group, and then so did everybody rotate jobs within that particular group, or did you have one specific thing that you did with the mortars?
The mortar is entering, it does not shoot this way, but it has a high arch. It is made to,
Is it portable?
it was portable.
Okay.
They had one man would carry the tube, one of the base plate, and one of the tripod. They took 3 people to carry the thing. And I was an ammunition bearer. That was just a PVT private. And so when you carried ammunition from the dump up to the gun, the mortar, they put 3 shells. You had an apron. Put 3 shells in front and 3 shells in the back. And that's why they transported the artillery the ammunition from the dump up to our mortars.
Was there any one thing that really stuck in your mind about basic training?
Not especially about the basic training I had. We would to get a weekend pass most of the time. And so Burnett Harmon and I would go to either to Fort Worth or to Dallas for a weekend and attend a church there. So,
So after that ended, then you went where?
from basic training, they had you, they call it delay en route. They gave you 10 days to get to visit my folks and come on. So had 10 days. Went from Fort Ord to California, a very, very, very nice place to be.
Did they fly you from? Did they fly you from like Kentucky?
No, train.
Train. Okay.
From went from by Memphis and out to Fort Ord, California for a very brief time. I think it's 4 days. Then up to Seattle, a place called Fort Dalton, for 4 days, and then over to Hawaii.
Now Hawaii, how'd you get there?
By ship.
Okay.
It took, I think, about 5 days to get there. And we were supposed to, it was called 13th Replacement Depot. That's where we have a pipeline of soldiers coming through this,
At that point, you'd never been on a boat.
no, I'd never been on a ship.
So what was your impression?
Well, it's interesting, when you first leave Seattle, it's very calm. And I thought this was going to be a nice ride, but Puget Sound is where they're going into. And once they hit the main thing, of course the ship began to, so I got sick on that. I never did.
It didn't bother you.
Didn't bother me.
But it was pretty cramped quarters, right?
Oh yes, they were. The bunks were 4 high. We would normally would have spent only about 2 weeks in Hawaii, but somebody got mumps or some disease, and so they kept us there for a full month. I liked Hawaii. It was about 75 a day and 65 a night, and rained a little bit almost every morning, but just they called it liquid sunshine, but it didn't last long.
So it vastly different from Kentucky, but beautiful, right?
Oh yes, and very pretty.
Did you see Pearl Harbor when you were there?
I don't believe I ever visited Pearl Harbor, but we could see it out as we were coming in. We could see it in the distance, but I never got to go to it.
So you were there for, you said an extra month or week?
1 whole month there.
Okay.
And then they shipped it to a place called Saipan, which was an island. You had Saipan, Guam, and another island. And so it was, I think we were there 3 weeks, and then we wondered where they'd send us next, because we knew that